All right, so for the next one, we have binomial probability. So I give you the binomial probability formula right here. I think my pen died. Nope, there we go. Draw. Okay, I give it to you right here. So you don't have to plug this into your calculator. We can do all of this on Excel. It's super nice. So the first thing we need to do is we need to know what to use for that exclamation point. So the exclamation point means factorial. So in Excel, we can use fact as our factorial. So I'm going to do it here, and we're going to do all of this in one line. It's going to be really nice. So we want to work with our first part of this first, the fraction first. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in parentheses, and I'm going to do the numerator, which is going to be fact, because we're doing a factorial, and our n. And my n I give to you as 30, so I'm going to click 30, and then I'm going to close my parentheses. That is our numerator. That's all we have to do. So now we do the bottom, denominator. So the first part of the denominator is already in parentheses, and it's a factorial as well. So I'm going to do it in double parentheses just to be safe. I'm going to use a crazy amount of parentheses, but that's okay. So then I'm going to do n minus x, and x I give to you as 3. And before all of this, I'm actually going to put factorial. So I'm going to put fact because we want our wording needs to go before. Even though the factorial sign goes after, if we put a word in, it has to be before. So then this is going to be times the factorial, and in parentheses we're going to put x. And then I'm going to close it out. That's the denominator. That's all we need. So then we're going to do times. So the next part of the equation is p to the x. So we have our probability. Our p is 0.05. And then I forgot to go over q, but it's okay. We will circle back around. But we need fact before that because, it's p to the x. So p, which is 0.05, use the caret for the exponent, so the x. And then the next part of it is times, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put that in parentheses just to keep it together so that Excel knows that it's all one thing, and then we're going on to the next part now. So q. Q is going to be in this one, and I'll circle back around as to how to find q, and I'm going to put it in parentheses. So q to the, and I'm going to put this in parentheses too because this is all in the exponent. So it'll be n minus x. And I'm going to close out my parentheses. I'm going to hit enter. It's going to say that it might say that it's missing one parentheses set. For me, let's see here. More say an open and closing parenthesis. So open, 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 close, close. Oh, there it is right here. Found it. Oh, we're actually going to put this entire thing in parentheses right here. There we go. Now we're good. It's going to say 0 because we don't have anything for q yet, and so everything's being multiplied by 0. Q is just 1 minus p. So we're going to do equals 1 minus p, and it's going to be 0.95. And see, once we did that, we automatically got a number. It just automatically redid the formula and gave us our answer. So the binomial probability of this set of data is 0.12705. So over here, this is asking what is the probability of at least 4. So at least means that I'm only going to be counting 4 and I'm only going to be counting 5. So at least means that the smallest amount that can be is 4. So I'm looking everything below the yellow line. So in doing that, all I'm going to have to do is do equal, and I'm just going to click these. Oh, it's going to click my yellow. So I'm going to move it up a little bit more. I'm actually going to move it to the side now. Okay, so it's going to be equals 4 plus 5. If you want to do sum, you can do sum, that's fine. And there's your probability of at least 4. So the probability of less than 4 means we want everything up to 4 but not including 4. So what is the probability of 4 complement basically? So there's two different ways you can do this. You can do equals, and then you can do sum, and you can add everything that is less than 4. Or you can do equals 1 minus the probability of 4. And you should get the same thing. And you don't. So the probability of less than 4 is everything that is at least is less than 4. So the probability of 4 complement, which is the probability of opposite of 4. These are two different questions, and I put them together for some reason. So the probability of 4 plus 5 is going to be the same thing as the probability of at least 4, so that's this question up here. So these two things mean the same thing, but these two things here do not mean the same thing. So you're going to do equals 1 minus the probability of 4, and the opposite of the probability of 0.042 is 0.598. And that's how you do the probability if you're given a probability chart